think sometimes having a simple life is the key to happiness. You know, I think sometimes people get addicted to the chaos and the struggle, and that's not always good. Howdy gang, welcome back to Hangout with Deggers. It's Monday the 30th of December, so it's New Year's Eve, and I heard on the radio this morning that this is one of the most depressing times of the year for people. It's when people have relationship breakups and get divorced, etc., and everybody's just on a low because of the obvious high that people have had from Christmas. Not me, to be honest with you. I'm glad it's all over, and obviously, like, because I'm like that, because I have that sort of attitude, you know, that invites excuse me, that invites the usual, oh, you miserable get, you're a Scrooge, this, that and the other comments from people, which is, yeah, couldn't be further from the truth, to be honest with you. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day I love. All that build up though, and all the madness that comes with it, you know. You can't get a loaf of bread in Tesco, you know, because people just go absolutely insane because the shops are shut for 24 hours. And they're actually not, are they? There's a lot of corner shops and that are open. Our local shop was open 10 till 4 on Christmas Day. It's just utter madness. I just don't know what's wrong with people, to be honest with you. So yeah, for the likes of me, I'm glad that it's all over and, you know, we start to get a sense of normality back. But I suppose for a lot of people, back to the grind, you know, they get a bit depressed about it. Yeah, not me. I love the fact that we're going to be getting back to normal. What about you? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? I think the radio's right. I think that a lot of people, you can see it in them, a lot of people get a little bit down, depressed, like they're coming off that high, you know, the parties are over, a lot of people have probably spent too much, maxed out credit cards, etc. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not into that shit. And what are people getting into debt for as well? A whole lot of nonsense. You imagine the amount of waste over this period, the amount of shite that's been bought for people that they don't even want, and they're just pretending to be happy when they're opening that present. It's like, don't buy me anything, I'll get my own things. Whenever I want something, I'll buy it, thanks. And again, I can see why people would think that that's miserable or being a Scrooge, but honestly, you couldn't be further from the truth. You see, I'm generally happy with my life, and I don't need Christmas or a birthday to pick me up. I'm just happy doing the normal, everyday, mundane, what people would see as mundane things. I just like doing what I do, and I think that routine is very, very important. And I think that the reason that people do get depressed is because they step away from that routine, and what it does is it takes us out of balance. You see, I think when we're in normal everyday life and work mode and stuff, we've got a nice healthy balance, and I think that's super important. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's deer up there. Let me see if I can. I'm not sure if you'll be able to make them out. Nicely camouflaged, just lying on the hill there under the trees. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think it's super important that, you know, people have routine. When we don't have that routine, that's when we become unbalanced. That's when we don't feel right. It's why people get low, get down, depressed. Don't get me wrong, we all have those days. We all have days where, you know, we've had enough and we fancy a change and stuff like that. But on the whole, oh, look at these here. Hello. Hello, you. Good boy, Ted. Good lad. Yeah, so New Year's resolutions. Yeah, I don't really have them. I'm quite boring. I'm alright with admitting that, to be honest with you. I like doing what I do. What are your New Year's resolutions? Let me know in the comments. So I thought I'd get myself out today while the weather's nice and enjoy it while it's here. Why not? Film a little video, content in it. I understand it's probably not the most entertaining video, but be interested to see if people agree with me or not. You know, feel free to call me a right miserable bastard. You're wrong if that's what you think, or if that's how I'm coming across. But I can probably understand like why you may think that. But yeah, that's not the case. I'm quite happy to just live a boring life. Get up, go to work, work out, walk my dogs, do a little bit of filming, watch the very limited little bits of TV that I do like to watch. I mainly watch YouTube these days, to be honest with you. I like to watch other people out and about on their adventures. You know, the camping and the hiking, and a couple of people that do like bike packing that I watch as well. I like my gaming. Got my PS5. Favourite game's The Last of Us. Completed that the other day for about the 15th time. So yeah, I think sometimes having a simple life is the key to happiness. You know, I think sometimes people get addicted to the chaos and the struggle, and that's not always good. So sometimes, you know, you can get the impression that someone's miserable, you know, someone's not entirely happy with their life, but the opposite's true, and it works the other way. You know, you can get someone that appears really happy and enthusiastic and gets excited about everything, but really inside, you know, they're not. And that's because sometimes people overcompensate. You know, it's like you know, sometimes people use humour as a defence mechanism as well, and that's just real life. Yeah, so it's a strange one, isn't it? You know, we're coming into 2025 and I'm 45 next year, and the world is such a different place. You know, I look back like 20 years ago when I was 25. Man, I feel for the young uns of today. But then, you know, I catch myself saying that. And I think to myself, doesn't every generation say the same? And yeah, every generation probably does think that and say that. But I honestly just don't see the world getting better. I don't think there's ever been any more depression, has there? Than what there is now. You know, all you hear these days is mental health. Maybe that's always been around. It's just that, you know, now more people are open to talking about it, which is, I think it can be a good thing, but then I think that it can sometimes be a bad thing. I think sometimes when you're constantly talking about something and focusing on it, it just makes it worse. Again, it's, you know, for me, it's all about balance. We all have our down days. We're all going to have times where we don't feel great. Those are the days where you just need to push on. And so, like with me being a personal trainer, you know, I always say to my clients, the most important workouts to turn up to, the most important workouts to actually do, are the ones where you don't feel like it. We can all do it when we feel good and we're on top of our game, and you know, we're in the right frame of mind to do it. We can all do it then, it's easy. So those aren't the important ones. The important workouts to show up to are the ones where we don't feel like it. Not just workouts, that's the same with life, you know, on those days where you're not feeling great, you're not feeling at your best. Rather than letting it get on top of you and just staying on the couch or staying in bed. I'm not talking about if you're ill, I'm just talking about, like, you know, if you're feeling a bit down and depressed. Sometimes the best thing to do is get out there and do what needs to be done. I don't always feel like doing this. I don't always feel like coming out and walking my dogs, but I'll tell you what I do always feel, and that is better once I've done it. So there's the, you know, key point there, guys. Exercise, physical activity, so good for your mental health. It's not just about fitness and losing weight. It's again, like with my channel, I always say, you know, I think it's important. I think it's important to sort of influence people and encourage people to get outside. And even if it's just like a slow little walk like this, I'm not walking fast, I'm not getting out of breath. So good for you, though. Really is. You always feel better once you've done it as well. Yeah, so this is one of those videos today, guys, where I just picked up the camera, grabbed Ted, got in my car, drove over here and hit record. No plan on what I was going to talk about. Just hit record and talk to the camera. Some of you probably bored shitless listening to this. You're probably not even watching this bit now. But those of you that are, those of you that have taken something from this, awesome. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stunning views, guys. I'm just not sure whether the camera's going to pick this up. Lovely, bloody lovely. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this walk now with Ted. Ted, come on. See you on the next one. Like I've said on previous videos, guys, no real plan this year. I'm just going to head out, record when I want to record, post videos when I want to post videos. I'm not setting myself any goals or targets like I did last year, setting a video a week. I'm just going to do what I do when I want to do it. If people enjoy watching my content, great. If not, it's no skin off my nose, but I do appreciate all the likes, all the comments, all the subs I've had over the last year. And yeah, I will be out doing some more hiking, camping, etc. Maybe a few other things on the horizon as well. But yeah, other than that, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic new year. All the best. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra for a bit.